Hello and welcome to the first episode of The Weekend Show. Since it's our first show, some introductions are probably in order. I'm Andrew Norris and I'm co-hosting this week alongside Michael Hazel, and we're both being joined by Chase Dickinson and Alex Lagaskis. We'll be bringing you new shows every fortnight where we have a chat about what's going on in the world. And I think the best place to get started this week is Stan Lee died.
Yeah.
Sad.
Why? It was, when was it? It was last week. I think it was Monday. The 12th.
Yeah, it was before our news day on Monday, on
Yeah.
Tuesday, yeah, so it was about Monday.
Yeah, he got rushed to hospital in LA, pneumonia.
I actually
95.
can't believe it. See, I don't.
See, a lot of people have been saying this, they just can't believe it, but he was 95, wasn't he? So
I know, but the thing was, obviously, because he made cameos in like every single film, you just, like, because he was still going, you wouldn't expect him, I don't know, to suddenly pass away. I don't know, I just didn't really expect it to happen. No,
he didn't look or act
He looked
95, did he?
good for his age.
Yeah, I mean, he's still got to have a few cameos left. Obviously, he'll be in the new Avengers film, but it's just I think it hit the world quite hard, didn't it? You know,
It actually did.
he was a hero to a lot of people, and I think a lot of people weren't expecting it. That wasn't the usual, oh, he was ill or something like that. It just, oh, you woke up in the morning and Stan Lee had died, you know.
Yeah.
For a lot of people that were, I mean, obviously I know, Chase, you aren't interested in the Marvel films as much, but for us, I think it was a bit of a slap in the face that, you know, he was actually dead.
I know. People like him and, like, you know, obviously like David Attenborough and that sort of thing. I know he hasn't passed away yet, but
Yes.
like, no, you know what I'm saying. But like,
A threat to David Attenborough.
no, I'm saying like old people in the media, especially people like them who are such big figures, like I think it hits the world hard when things happen to them.
It's the big musicians and the film stars and people, and I mean, obviously comic book heroes aren't typically in the news, but he's probably the biggest one that we'll ever have. You know, he's created all these characters that there's nothing like that can ever be made again, you know.
Yeah.
He's the one that started it all. He's the one that started the comic book revolution, and he's the one that's brought about all these films that have come out. Like the Marvel films have probably got to be some of the best performing films ever, you know.
Yeah.
To be in charge of
Well, it's
like,
the
creating
biggest
all that.
movie franchise in the world, so.
Yeah.
What do you think they're going to do after the new Avengers? Because obviously he's done a cameo in that one. Do you reckon they'll just have like the Russo brothers do a cameo?
I don't know.
Like they'll just turn up?
I mean, they could go either way. They could go like a sign of respect and don't have one at all, or they could put someone else in. I mean,
no one else.
if, as we are led to believe, some characters don't make it out of the next Avengers film alive, cough, Captain America, they could put Chris Evans or something in as a cameo. Like,
I don't think you'd want to.
I'm just saying right now, if Chris Evans doesn't make it out alive, I will be crying.
I will be happy because
Why?
Right, Captain America's a good superhero, but
Oh,
he's a bit overrated.
We're not doing this. We're not having.
He's overrated. Like,
We're not
obviously,
doing this.
as everyone knows, Thor is the best Avenger. He's a god.
In terms of that, I can understand what you're saying.
I just don't agree with that.
Yeah, I know. I love Captain America.
It just sounds wrong.
I'm sorry,
It feels
but
wrong.
So what? So who's your favourite one then?
Groot.
I was losing.
Fab, okay.
Groot's a little hero, isn't he?
Your favourite Avenger then?
I don't think I have one.
Maybe the Hulk.
Okay, I'll accept that. That's good. You know,
Yeah.
them two can go toe to toe.
I've just been that invested in the Captain America films. I've got to say Captain America. I just love them. I'm sorry. I can't put my hands on any of this.
Captain America then, okay. So, you know, that'll keep it going into the next film section, which is Fantastic Beasts. The second version, the Crimes of Grindelwald. Have you seen the first one?
Sure
I
is.
saw the first one.
We saw the first one, so that means we've all seen the first one, and none of us have seen the second one.
Nope.
No.
But it's the worst performing Harry Potter film, or Potter film in that universe, ever in America.
So not here then. So it did
Huh?
well
When did
here.
it come out? Like,
2 weeks, well, a week ago? Came out last Friday, I think.
Oh, okay.
But as in, like, opening weekend
Oh, like
terms,
box office
it had the
weekend.
worst opening ever across all the Harry Potter films, including the first one, which obviously it wasn't.
I like the first one.
Yeah, but it wasn't a big thing then, was it? Obviously, everyone
Yeah,
turned up to see the
that's
Deathly
true,
Hallows,
yeah.
but the first one, it was just a
Yeah.
new film.
That's true.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Is it because people have started to like drift away from Harry Potter? Because obviously the big franchise itself, just Harry Potter, is over. And obviously the first Fantastic Beast was really good, but maybe people after that didn't really want another one.
Well, I think as well that the film's heavily marketed around Jude Law playing Dumbledore.
Yeah.
And apparently he has a screen time of 8 minutes
You're joking?
across the entire film, so it's very heavily marketed around Dumbledore.
Is a lot of it just Johnny Depp then?
It's a lot of, from what I've heard, it's a lot of Newt Scamander running around Paris.
Oh, okay.
And obviously all the trailers and stuff have Hogwarts and Dumbledore in, and apparently there's
Yeah.
not a lot of that in the actual film at all.
I wonder if a lot of people have obviously seen critics' views and then gone, oh no,
Yeah.
I'm not going to go and see it
Yeah.
if it's just that.
It's a shame, isn't it?
Because you
That's
saying
a
that
lot.
to me now, 8 minutes screen time for it, and I'm a bit like, oh okay then. Is
But he's
there
a big
any
part of the
point?
adverts, isn't he, you
exactly,
know?
yeah.
I think we need to go and see it this week and talk about it when we come back.
Yeah, next week.
It's definitely something I'm interested in seeing because I enjoyed the first one. The first one was a really good film. It wasn't what it could have been. Obviously, there wasn't any Dumbledore in it. There was
Yeah.
Newt is a really good. I enjoy. For the life of me, I can't remember the name of
Eddie
that.
Redmayne.
Eddie Redmayne. I love Eddie Redmayne.
Did you forget his name?
I did forget his name just briefly. Yeah, I enjoy him as an actor.
Yeah.
I thought he was fantastic in Theory of Everything.
I love that
It's
film.
yeah, it's great, isn't it? I know people that don't enjoy the sort of timid guy that he plays as Newt Scamander. My parents included, they can't stand him. But I enjoyed it. I thought he plays it really well. And
I was going to say.
I'd like to see how they keep that going, but it needs to stay a Fantastic Beasts film
Yeah.
and not just running around Paris. It
Yeah.
needs to stay about the Fantastic Beasts, if you get
Yeah.
me. You know, I think if they just turn it into Harry Potter 2.0 under the Fantastic Beasts
Yeah.
franchise,
I feel
then
like that's where
it'll-
they're going. And
Yeah.
I get why, because obviously they want to try it out because Harry Potter is obviously so big. But if they just follow that path, everyone's going to kind of lose interest, I would have thought. I mean, not
Yeah.
everyone, but you get my point.
I think a good way to go about it would be to sort of expand on the magical world a bit instead of, like, we've just really seen Hogwarts and then the big fight at the end in the Harry Potter films.
Yeah.
We saw a bit of America last time. It'd be nice to sort of bring that out into Europe or Asia and see what
Yeah.
the magical world is like, albeit a bit before Harry Potter comes out.
Yeah.
You know, what it's like
Yeah.
in the outer world.
People want the backstory. We want to know how it evolved.
Yeah, like we're massive Harry Potter fans,
Exactly.
and you only really know a tiny bit of what you've known so far. You know,
Mhm.
it'd be nice to learn more about the world, and you can create as much lore as you want. You've got the entire world to play with.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know, all that's limited is what 1981 to 2000. What was it? 2017 when it's 19 years later.
I
Yeah.
can't do that math in my
I
head.
think it is.
From when Harry's parents get killed
Yeah, I know.
to 19 years later.
Yeah.
That's the only bit that we really have much lore for.
I know.
You've got the rest of Wizarding time really
Yeah,
to
it's not
focus on.
exciting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I'm surprised they didn't go after the founders.
Yeah, I was
I
going to say they
know.
should make that film.
Yeah.
That would be good.
I bet it ends up being like a Netflix series or something in a few
It wouldn't
years.
surprise me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't watch that.
You
It-
wouldn't watch it.
No,
Not if it goes on Netflix. That doesn't feel right.
What, like a Harry Potter founders like TV series on
Yeah.
Netflix?
Well, it's like what they did with a series of unfortunate events.
Yeah.
That was
I haven't seen
terrible. Terrible. And
What is it?
I love the original films.
Same.
The film's really good, but then they made a Netflix one, and it's.
Yeah.
The film's quite scary.
I've not seen it. I don't know what it is.
Oh.
What do you find scary?
Have you ever
about
read the
it?
books?
No,
I think
I don't know
it's
anything
because
about it.
it's like quite dark, isn't it? So like when I was younger, when I watched it, obviously I found it kind of scary.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I know
Like
what
it's
you
quite
mean.
dark and dreary, and yeah.
It's that house on the middle, not on the middle, on the edge of the cliff that gets
Yeah,
me.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I know absolutely nothing about it. I've never heard those words. I mean, I knew that it was a thing, but I didn't pay any attention to it.
Well,
as
don't
a-
watch the
something I
Netflix
should have
series.
paid
Isn't
attention to.
isn't the film on Netflix?
Probably.
I think it
no,
is.
I don't think it is. 'Cause that's why they
It
did
used
the
to be, I
series.
think, didn't it?
I don't know.
Oh, they might take it out.
If I'm honest.
So, obviously, I think that's the two big films at the minute covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Here we go. Here she
but
goes.
the Grinch obviously came out, the remake, 9th of November, my birthday. So people are saying that it will never be as good as the original. And I
Who
haven't
plays
watched
the Grinch
it.
this time?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah. Which I'm not a fan of.
That's an
so-
interesting casting
I know.
choice, isn't it?
Yeah. But like,
Okay.
obviously you're going from Jim Carrey to
Yeah, you got to live
Benedict.
up to it.
Yeah. I'm not high hopes for that at all.
I mean, I know you love the original.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the original, but don't have a burning love for it like you do.
Right.
I'll be interested to see how like 2018 animation.
Yeah, I do want to watch it.
Yeah.
Definitely. But I don't know.
Because it is still animated, isn't it? They're not going live action
Yeah.
like all
Yeah.
the
No.
new Disney. Isn't it Disney films? The Pixar.
But the original obviously
films,
wasn't animated.
Huh?
The original wasn't animated.
Yeah. No.
So
Yeah.
it would be quite different. Although the original was, wasn't it?
Like
The
back in
old-
the day.
I
like
did
the
not know there was an
old-
original.
There is, yeah. The old one.
Isn't the new one? Isn't he supposed to be like really nice? Isn't
Oh,
isn't that one of the criticisms? Like he's like too nice
Oh, really?
to be the Grinch. Yeah.
Oh,
That's why they prefer the old
Oh.
one, because he's supposed to like hate Christmas, but this guy's like apparently he like goes out to the village to like do shopping or something. I read something about that. Like he's not.
I think
the
I saw
same.
that in the trailer. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. Yeah.
He's not the same.
In the trailer, he's in the shopping centre. I don't know.
I
Don't know where
suppose, to
that'll
be
go.
fair, in terms of like casting, it's hard to live up to Jim Carrey. Like,
Yeah. Does
So-
he even do films anymore?
I don't know.
He's
how
getting
long
on
it's
now.
been in.
I feel like
I'm not sure. I'll have a look. I'll check for you.
But like, obviously Benedict Cumberbatch does tend to play quite quirky-ish characters. But what I'm saying is, you know, you can't really have a
He is
male
in the new
version.
film. He's in the new Sonic the Hedgehog film.
Who does
Wait.
he play?
Huh?
Who does he play?
Well,
Ah, sake, Andrew. Looks like a job for the editing team.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, I wouldn't like that.
We'll have a look. I'll see. Honestly, Sonic the Hedgehog is a bit of a departure from his usual stuff, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting,
Well,
isn't it?
Yeah.
I think we can all agree he was best in Sherlock, and that's sort of it.
Oh, Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Carrey, I
Jim
was like-
Carrey.
No, I don't know why I said that. I forgot.
Let's have a look at the cast for Sonic the Hedgehog. Oh no, he's playing Dr. Eggman. Jim Carrey's playing Dr. Eggman.
I don't like
I
that.
don't like that either.
No.
I've seen there's a lot of Sonic the Hedgehog like revival games and stuff coming out,
Yeah.
like rebooting the originals because
Is
they
that
never
because of
managed.
the film?
I think they're doing the film alongside.
Oh, so like they're doing it on purpose to boost
Yeah.
it. That makes sense.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
know
how
what
they're
you
doing
mean,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, because they do that for a lot of stuff now. Like even when Halo and stuff came out, they brought like TV series to go alongside that. What was it? It was what Forward Into Dawn. That was good. I enjoyed that. No one else enjoyed it, but I did.
How did you enjoy that film?
Oh, I don't know. It was Halo, wasn't it? It's good for me. Anyway, on to TV stuff, and TV's a big part of our lives now. You know?
I
So-
don't think we actually spend a day where we're not sat in front of the sofa
Right.
watching something.
Outing us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's true though. We actually spend
It's
every
true,
day
no, we
in front
watch
of the
it.
sofa.
Yeah, we watch a lot of TV, and the big thing on at the minute is I'm a Celeb.
Mhm.
So,
Back again.
what are we thinking about it so far?
I'm enjoying it. I like it.
I do too. Obviously, like, it's quite early,
Yeah.
so you can't
And,
really tell.
But obviously the big thing is that Holly is doing it instead of
I know.
Ant, which is very controversial. But I like it.
I know, I
I'm
do too.
enjoying it.
Like, people have been saying, oh, they should have got Philip on instead, or
Yeah.
they should. I've even seen people saying, oh, they should have got Little Ant on.
Oh yeah, I didn't like that.
I know.
Little Ant and Dec, no. I wouldn't
But
want
I'm not being funny in that. I think out of everyone who could have done it, she's done it well.
Yeah.
Is doing it well.
it.
Like,
People say she hasn't got any banter though.
I disagree.
It's a
don't
different
know.
kind of banter, though,
Yeah,
isn't it? Like,
very different.
Ant and Dec was sort of it was lad banter against each other,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
back
And
and
this
forth.
time it's all innuendo jokes and
And I feel like Dec's doing it on his own, whereas she's just
Yeah.
laughing along.
yeah.
It
I
was-
think that might be a confidence thing though. Like it's
Yeah,
such a
when
big job
she
to
probably get
undertake.
more
It's a
into it.
new show for her. Like, she's so used to being on This Morning, I suppose, and doing
Yeah.
that, and she's
Completely
going to
different.
something completely different. Ant's been doing it. Dec's been doing it with Ant for years.
Yeah.
So to go to a male and a woman like together, it must be hard. Like, and completely different for him.
Yeah. So Michael, who do you think is going to win based on what you've seen so far?
Are we putting
Yeah.
on
Oh,
bets down?
who do you think? Well, we'll do our bets, right? Who do you think is going to win, and who's your favourite?
I don't think John is gonna go very far. I think Who did the first trial? It was Emily.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah,
Emily, yes.
I think she'll win because that was pretty brave, even when she got bit by that
Yeah,
snake.
she's quite
Yeah.
good, isn't she?
I like Fleur though. She's really like. Do you see her lift that boat?
Yeah.
Like the first
you
episode.
see her lift that
I was
boat?
like,
Steady.
I'm putting my bets after you talking about that on Fleur, only because she seems to have mental and physical strength and capability. Favourite? I do love John. Bless him. He was so nice to Anne, giving her that pillow.
Yeah, I know.
That was
Like,
Nick
who
Knowles.
else?
See, that's, I think,
Oh, that's who I meant. I'm getting
did
them
you
both.
say?
I said John. Getting them mixed up
John
in my
and
head. No, Nick. He was so nice to her. Like, no one else would have done that. And the fact that he used up his luxury item
Yeah.
to use it on to give it to someone else.
I wonder if he was
But-
telling the truth that he'd planned that.
Exactly. Is that just like a way to
Yeah,
sort of
that's
get
true.
like
Yeah.
favour with the public and maybe
Maybe.
get them further in? You know, because if people like you, you've got a good chance of
worked
going to the
though.
end, don't you?
Did work.
It did
Yeah.
work. Everyone loved it. Twitter lit up
Yeah.
afterwards, didn't it?
Yeah.
What about you, Chase?
See, I love Anne. I think she's got like, because obviously of all of her Asperger's and all of that that's come out, not come out, but do you know what I mean? I think she's got a lot going for her, but obviously she's not doing many trials because she's medical reasons and all of that. So I don't think she's strong in that area. But I don't, like you said that you liked Fleur because of she's strong and
Yeah, yeah.
all of that. I don't necessarily think that that's when people win. I think
Yeah.
it's literally because of if you like them. But I don't know who I like. I like Nick Knowles.
Do you know
That
what,
I
I
might
agree.
just be a slight crush on him.
Oh, okay. I disagree with that bit. Right? I disagree with that. I really like John Barrowman.
oh,
I
See, that's-
him
I
mind.
can't.
That's
I
just,
just can't.
is that just because from childhood though?
It could be a little residual because
Doctor
he
Who.
was Captain Jack Harkness in
Yeah.
Doctor Who and Torchwood.
Yeah.
It could be a little bit left over from that. I think he's my favourite, but I genuinely think Nick Knowles is going to win.
Do you think?
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think he's going to be the surprise.
Yeah, I think he'll get far.
Sort of endears
Yeah.
himself to the public really well. He knows how to like act in front of the camera, but he's strong enough to do all the tasks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, John Barrowman does bring like the entertainment side of it.
Yeah.
But I think that's in like week 3. That'll be when people
Start getting
like he
annoyed by
starts
him.
killing people. And it's
Yeah.
like,
He's already annoying
Annoying.
me.
See,
Yeah,
Chris
he's
loves
It
those
was
people,
about
yeah.
20 minutes into the first one. I was like, I can't do it.
He
See-
is very OTT.
yeah.
I'd like to see at the end, you know how they do Celebrity Cyclone?
Yeah.
Best task ever.
Yeah.
I'd like to see John, Nick, Anne, and Fleur do that.
And
I think
definitely,
that'd
I don't
be-
think Anne would do that.
I think she should give it a try.
I don't know.
I think it would be fun to see.
It'd be fun to see, but I don't
Yeah.
know if she'd do it. I don't. Also, I don't know if she would get that far.
Yeah. Because obviously the tasks get harder, don't they? So.
Yeah.
Tasks get harder. For medical reasons, she might not even be able to do a lot of it.
Mm.
I wonder if
People-
she'll do the eating one.
Oh,
That'll be fun to see.
Have to wait
yeah.
and see.
I love
Isn't
the
there-
eating challenges. They're my favourite.
Yeah.
Isn't there 3 of them who can't do these
Yeah, because they're
ones?
vegan.
They're
Yeah.
vegans.
Yeah. Which
Is
is a
it?
big thing, isn't it? You know,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
3 vegans in there and they've got to...
Yeah.
I wonder how they're going to adapt.
Did they have
the-
any? Have they ever done that?
Who is it? Is it
I don't know.
Fleur,
James.
James, and I can't remember who the other one was.
Is it Harry like that? Or is he like the one that says he's 95% vegan or something?
Oh, I can't remember.
I don't know.
No,
But
it's
obviously,
definitely James and
even when they
Fleur.
win tasks and stuff, a lot of the prizes they win
It's
is
meat.
meat. So I wonder how they're
Yeah.
going to get
Yeah, they've already
around
had
that.
meat and stuff, and they
Yeah.
can't.
Well, they got emu one night, didn't they? So
Yeah.
yeah,
So I'm guessing they just had 12 rice and beans ago.
yeah.
Or just the veg.
Oh yeah.
And the other big thing that everyone's been talking about on I'm a Celeb is Holly Willoughby's outfits
Yeah.
and those massive boots.
I love her outfit.
I do too. The thing is, at the moment, combat boots are very in. Like
Yeah.
big.
And plus,
jump
where they
boots.
are,
Yeah, like
literally in the middle of the
the
forest.
jungle.
I mean,
To be fair, when I first saw her in the first episode, I thought it was probably like a health and safety thing that they made her wear boots or something for
Oh,
walking through the
no.
jungle, and then I realised no, it's just her
Yeah.
wearing
It's
these
just her
absolutely
style, yeah.
massive boots.
Yeah,
I really liked her full red outfit.
that was really nice.
To be
With
fair,
the t-shirt and
Yeah.
skirt.
if you're walking through a jungle, you're going to want to have
Yeah,
big boots.
exactly.
Yeah, you
Also-
are.
Because there are some things on those floors that you don't want to be stepping on. So you want some big boots.
True.
Yeah, that's true.
Would you be able to do it?
What, I'm
What, the
celeb?
whole
I'm a
pro-
celeb.
present or be in it?
Not present.
Oh, I'd love
I
to
know
present
you'd
it.
love to present. I'm talking about would you be able to, do you think you'd be able to survive? Not survive as in
think-
like you're going to die or something, but...
Surprisingly, I actually think I'd be able to do it.
Do you think?
Yeah.
I think you know what I'm like.
The eating
I don't
challenges
know
are
if
not
you
so
would be
sure.
able to.
I don't
I
know.
think you might struggle when they throw gunk on you or like pig guts or something.
No. I think I'd be fine with that. It would be spiders in the eating challenges because my gag reflex is
Yeah.
terrible.
Yeah.
I reckon I could do it.
I'd be gone.
I think you two would be okay.
I think we could probably. I think we'd hate the eating challenges. Like we wouldn't enjoy eating the testicles bit.
No.
But I think the rest of it, heights might be a bit of an issue. Like that one they did on the first episode
Yeah.
Yeah.
where they were collecting the flags. That might have been a bit of an issue for me.
Yeah.
But I think you're on a TV show, aren't you? At the end of the day, you
Yeah,
know
that's
that's probably
true.
the safest you're ever going to be in
Yeah,
your life.
exactly.
In
You
that
might as well
sort of
go for it.
situation.
To do all
Yeah.
of them
To be fair.
different.
I just...
It'd
I
be an
know-
amazing experience.
It would. Like, I'd love to do it, obviously, if I was a celebrity. But I couldn't... I'm such a wimp. Like, you know exactly what I'm like.
Mhm.
It flies on me and I scream the house
Yeah.
down. So as much as I'd love to do it and be like, oh my god, yes, I couldn't do it.
I think the reason why people struggle so much is there's no real cause behind it. Like a lot of people, if they do something for
Yeah.
charity, they feel like they have to complete it because they're doing it for charity.
Yeah.
But
This
this
is
is just
genuinely
to get
just-
them a bit of money at the end of it and
Mhm.
win the crown. You know,
Yeah.
I don't think there's that.
And then
much,
be on it next year as a presenter as well.
Mhm.
which
Yeah,
is usually
exactly.
the case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there's enough of that motivation to keep a lot of them going through it for the entire time.
Yeah.
And then you end up with people like Harry Redknapp who didn't realise that there wasn't going to be a food cart around the back.
I know
He's
he-
hilarious,
He's
though.
getting paid
He's
well
so
the
funny.
most now, isn't he? Have you seen?
Some of them are getting paid a lot of money to be in there.
He's
Yeah.
getting paid the most, I think. Or it goes like him, Nick Knowles, and then have you seen that Noel Edmonds is doing
I'm not a fan of
Oh
that.
yeah, no.
I'm not
He's
enjoying
getting
that at
paid
all.
the most out of all of them.
I'm not a Noel Edmonds fan.
But I wonder if for them, because obviously they're more well known, whether the money is just an incentive to stay, I don't know.
But then, would you even think about that if you're
That's true
already
if you're already a millionaire.
balling?
But then obviously I think it's also an incentive to get you on the show in the first place because like the girl that played Charlotte in The In-Betweeners, I can't remember for life of me what her name is.
Emily.
There you go. She's obviously going to get paid a lot less to come on because it's worth
Yeah,
Yeah.
less to her than it is to say John Barrowman or Nick Knowles or something.
yeah,
who's,
yeah, that's
you know,
true.
they're taking a lot of time out of their TV schedule
Yeah.
to spend 3 weeks
That's
in the
true.
jungle.
Yeah.
And you have to be there for the whole 3 weeks, don't you? Because even if you come out, you're still in Australia till the final, aren't
Yeah.
you? So
I mean, James is meant to be on tour right now.
Is it?
Yeah. He's up to quit that. Not that I know.
You're such a big fan.
No. Anyway.
I had actually didn't even know who
I
he
didn't know
was
who he
or what
was.
band he was
Really?
from anything until
It's the old
Until
man
we-
over here. That's all.
To be fair, I didn't either.
I had no idea. I thought it was just some random bloke. Like,
Oh, that, yeah.
there's a couple of them this year that I just don't have any idea who they are.
Mm.
Who?
You don't know?
Who don't you
Well, I
know?
don't know because I don't know who they are, Michael.
What's wrong with that?
But I think they did pretty well in getting a few decently big names in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Like for the last few years, it's sort of struggled a bit.
I think John Barrowman was the most, like, the one I was most surprised about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing his name, I was like, oh.
Wouldn't expect him
No.
to do it, to be fair.
Yeah. And then the next big TV thing was the new Doctor Who series. Which-
No idea.
Have you not seen it?
No.
I haven't seen it either.
I stopped watching it when David Tennant.
It's good. It's done very differently. It used to be a big sci-fi show that just was filmed really bizarrely and just filled with as much backstory and Easter eggs as they could.
Isn't Bradley Walsh in it now?
He is in it, and he's actually really good in it.
As what?
Yeah, I'm
Like
not a
one
fan
of
of
his
that.
sidekicks?
He's one of the sidekicks, but he's the stepdad of one of the other
Oh.
sidekicks. And he's very good in it. But now it's sort of filmed like a movie
Oh,
with
okay.
sci-fi elements in it.
Yeah.
And it just has very few little callbacks to the old series, whereas it used to be you had to watch series 1
Yeah,
to
obviously.
like 10 to understand
Yeah.
what was going to happen in series 11 or whatever. But now it's a good chance if you enjoyed watching it as a kid and you want to get back into it. It's the perfect chance to do it because it's a new Doctor and it kind of gets rid of, it doesn't get rid of all the history, it just doesn't rely on it as much. So there's
Oh.
new enemies and stuff. The Daleks haven't been in it or anything yet.
Oh, okay.
None of them have been in it yet. It's just them sort of figuring out what Jodie Whittaker's Doctor's going to be like.
What do you think of having a woman as a doctor?
I like it. Personally, I was a bit sceptical when they first announced it because obviously it's been a guy for so long.
Yeah.
I wondered how they were going to do it. And I feel like it's going to make it, say when they go back to like the Wild West or something and the Doctor's running around saving the day, there's always going to have to be that like sexism line of like, why is a woman doing this? And
Yeah.
they're going to have to go, oh, because she's the Doctor, you know, I'm an alien.
Yeah.
Whereas when it was a guy, you never had that line, and I feel like it's always going to have to be there
Yeah.
in every episode that they do in the past. But I've enjoyed it so far. She's been... I think the first episode was a bit bizarre, because they always have that fuzzy bit at the start, don't they, when
Yeah.
they're just regenerated and they don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But after that, it really got... I mean, the TARDIS wasn't even until the end of episode 2.
Really?
And that's obviously a big part of Doctor
Yeah, I was
Who,
going to
so...
say that's normally like a focal point.
Yeah, and it was pretty much the last 5 minutes of episode 2 when she found it again and off they went, you know. So it's not, they're not relying on the old ways of doing the show like they used to. It's kind of a breath of fresh air. And it's really it's a good thing to watch, you know. If you enjoyed it as a kid
Yeah.
and you just felt like you couldn't keep up because it was too much,
Yeah.
it's a good place to jump back into it. Yeah.
I always like the Weeping Angels.
They
They're
scary.
scary.
I thought that was the best
I remember the
episode.
first time I saw them, I actually cried. I mean, I was young, but I cried.
But Doctor Who's made some
Terrifying.
really good episodes.
The one-
Blink was amazing.
The one episode that scared me so much was when the one with Christopher Eccleston and Billy Piper, the one in that housing estate, and they go into that house and there's like red lights and stuff in like cupboards or whatever and in different rooms.
See, that's not the one I thought you were going to say. I thought you were going to say the one with the gas mask children.
That's the one I was
okay,
thinking.
That
yeah,
freaks
that's
me
really
out.
Oh, yeah.
creepy.
That
But-
I watched that over the summer again. Still freaks me out. I'm 20 years old, and that still freaks me out.
That is
That
horrible.
single line of "Are you my mummy, mummy?"
Oh,
freaks me out.
Don't.
Yeah,
I do remember that one.
it's awful.
I don't like
It's
that.
even worse now watching it back, because you know it's coming, and you remember it all,
I
and it
think
still
out of all
scars
of them
you.
as well, it's because it's gas mask children rather than like an alien. If you
Yeah,
know what I
it's
mean,
Yeah.
like,
realistic
it's
and
very realistic.
Historic.
Yeah.
especially since like the stories that the mask is like fused with their face.
know.
It's a very creepy thing to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think I'll be watching it again anytime soon.
I want to watch it now that you've mentioned it.
They're all on iPlayer, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I
When
don't.
did it
they're-
start?
You what?
When did it start? The new one.
I want to say 2006.
The new one?
What, the new series?
She meant the new one.
Yeah.
Oh, the new series started a few weeks ago. It was. It started just after we came back to uni.
Oh,
I
right.
thought you meant because obviously they brought it back
Yeah, yeah.
with Christopher Eccleston. I thought you meant then.
No.
But yeah, it's only. I think we're only an episode. We're only halfway through the series, I think.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little bit over. I'm not sure. I've got about 2 episodes to catch up on, but so far it's been good. Arachnids in the UK was the one that I think a lot of people did not want to watch. It was about a hotel that had giant spiders in the basement that had mutated from ones
actually
that never
given
died.
shivers.
That's
basically.
quite cool.
Yeah, it was a really good episode. It was
Yeah.
really well done. A lot of the new series is actually in Sheffield, which is going to be great for our lovely friend Carter Jones, who is from Sheffield.
Shout out.
Yeah. But yeah, it's very weird to watch the Doctor running around, you know, Yorkshire. It's usually space. Yorkshire's a very different.
Yeah.
Or London.
Yeah, it's usually London as well.
London,
Yeah.
or like big capital cities, isn't it?
Yeah. The new sonic screwdriver is made from Sheffield steel.
Stop
How
bringing up
exciting.
Sonic.
It does look a bit bizarre.
You keep bringing up Sonic.
Huh?
You keep bringing up Sonic.
Yeah, that's the theme of this week is Sonic. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic Screwdriver.
I don't like
Let's
that.
find something else Sonic by the end of the show.
I am so sorry.
Thanks. So the next big thing, which is pretty sad to be honest, is
Yeah.
the California wildfires.
Terrible.
They've pretty much decimated a lot of California. It's going to take a long time for them to rebuild. I mean, we've seen the pictures of
Yeah.
of houses that have just been destroyed, and I know that was a big effort to try and get a lot of like the zoo animals and stuff out of the way and safe, because obviously it's hard to get animals that are kept in captivity and contained out of a zoo, you
That
know,
area,
and
yeah.
it's got to be difficult, and a lot of people's lives and like work places have just been destroyed, and I don't know the exact figure, but I know there's been a lot of injuries and deaths around it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
What's surprising is that it only happened last year, was it?
Yeah, when they had
The first
yeah.
time. Well, the first time, you know what I mean? For it to happen again and then do the same. But have you
Are you going to start with these controversies now?
all the conspiracies around it?
Oh, here we go. Right. Okay.
Anyway, the death toll is 84, and 800 people are still unaccounted for.
Oh.
See, last time I checked, it was
That's
600
big.
unaccounted for.
And that's 1 day ago.
Gosh.
What's your conspiracy theory?
Right. So people are basically saying that the government have done it because hear me out. There's pictures and like there's literally just the houses that have gone, but the trees around them aren't. And it's like, well, a wildfire is usually obviously spreads through trees and the forest, right? So I don't know, it just didn't make sense. And then there was pictures of like it almost looked like a laser, but people were saying that it looked like fire tornadoes or something. But that's what it's hidden as.
Yeah, them pictures, I've seen them too, and I was actually looking up about them. Apparently them pictures are from like, I think it was like 2002 or something like that, from something else that the government had did, and it was testing something, and people have used them pictures to say that there's conspiracies
But if
about
you can
these
do it once, you can do it
wildfires.
again.
False news, isn't it?
Also,
No.
people,
Yeah.
there was quite a lot of Australian people talking about wildfires because obviously there's the bush and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
kind of out there, and they were saying that flying embers from wildfires can cause single houses to go up a light, so that's why the trees and things around them weren't alight when them pictures were taken. But obviously we don't know what's happened, like
A lot of American houses are wood built as well. aren't
exactly, so they will go up.
Yeah, quite
but-
easy for them to catch.
Yeah,
Yeah. I think we should make this a
So-
regular section of the show, is Chase's conspiracy theories.
I like
I
it.
actually have loads. I love conspiracy theories. I love.
We'll come back to it next time and you'll
Yeah.
have your own little segment.
Oh, okay.
We'll make you a nice little graphic of Chase's
Thank you.
conspiracy theories.
Zooms in.
just
This
your part of the
week.
show.
black and white.
And then the last thing on our agenda for tonight is the international days that we've had. So this week was International Men's Day,
Mhm.
and a lot of people were talking about men's mental health and the fact that men don't enjoy talking about their feelings, and they really struggle.
Yeah.
We did a story earlier in the week. Obviously, us two are journalists. You were last year and are
Yeah.
now doing sound and music production.
Mhm.
We covered a story earlier in the week on Tuesday about, I think it was the Time for Change organisation was saying
Yeah.
that I think it was a quarter of men don't feel like they can talk to people. I'll check that now. I'll find the story.
They don't talk about it enough.
No, this is the thing. I think that there's a lot of stigma around mental health, and obviously men are meant to be seen as tough and masculine, and so obviously, you know,
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
want
Make
to
you feel like you
don't want to speak up.
Only a third of men say they would openly talk about their feelings, which is a very small number.
Mm.
You know, I mean, how do you feel about it? If you were suffering from mental health issues, would you talk about it, or do you try and bottle it up?
I feel like I would try
Yeah.
enough that someone would notice, but obviously not a lot of people are like me, and would,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a lot of people don't, you know, because we know a lot of people who like to keep to themselves and don't speak a lot.
Yeah.
You know, if they ever had anything happen to them, we wouldn't know, would we?
No, it's a shame really, because I feel like women open up obviously more than men, especially according to the statistics, and you know, this is why you hear such devastating news and that sort of thing, and men need to open up more.
I mean, these statistics are saying that 50% of the men that they surveyed said that just because people ask how you are doesn't mean they really want to know. So a conversation such as "how are you" doesn't matter to them. It's just a
Yeah.
conversation opener. It's not someone actually asking
That's so true.
how you feel
Yeah.
and how you're doing.
It's almost just instinct to ask it, rather
Yeah.
than actually mean.
Yeah.
Yeah,
how
like
are
you can
you?
easily start a conversation on "how are you?"
Yeah.
You know, how you doing? And I
I
think
literally
that
said
kind
that to you earlier.
Yeah, you
I
did.
literally
Yeah.
just went, how are you?
And
You were
it
like, "Yeah."
kind of stops that conversation from happening, doesn't it? Because
Yeah.
then when you do
I
ask
also
the
think
question,
like the instinct reply is, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah,
Everyone
exactly,
says
yeah.
that, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the
You
immediate answer is just, yeah,
Yeah.
fine.
You could be having the worst day ever and you'd be like, yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally just, what's wrong with them?
I do feel like men need to talk about their feelings more. You know, you need
Yeah,
to open up. You need to. If you have a problem, you've got to talk about it. You know, you can't just keep it bottled
Exactly.
up.
Yeah.
And it's not unmasculine and...
Yeah, like, especially now, like, obviously back in, I don't know, Victorian days, like, it was, you know, the men went out and worked, the women stayed at home and whatever.
Yeah.
So they were meant to be tough, that's what the like, roles
Yeah.
are. I mean, but now it's completely different. It's completely different.
Definitely.
And men should never feel like
Judged.
they're different
Yeah.
just because, I was like, never mind. Just because, you know,
Yeah.
they're a boy.
I mean, chances are, if you talk to someone about it, they're going to be going through the same thing,
Yeah.
or know someone that has done
Yeah,
it and
exactly.
can help you with it. You know, even just you don't have to fix the problem by having the chat. It's just having the chat to express how you are feeling. You know, it's not a bad thing to
Yeah.
feel things.
Yeah, mental
Oh,
health
no.
in general is becoming more aware, like, how do you word that? There's more awareness about
Yeah.
mental health now
Yeah.
anyway, so I think as time goes by, obviously it should happen now anyway, but I think it'll become easier to talk about,
To talk about
Yeah.
it. Definitely.
hopefully. But
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's it for now. It brings us to the end of the episode. Make sure to keep up to date with us on Twitter at @theweekend_show, and feel free to get involved in the show by leaving a post on our Facebook page. We'll see you in 2 weeks' time. Have a good weekend.
Bye.